What's up, y'all? We back. Season 2, episode 4 of the Coop Back podcast. This is actually our 10th episode, y'all. Welcome to our humble abode.
Hey guys, welcome back. It's me, Kevin.
Yeah, guys, and it's me, Alex. How you guys doing? Hope you've been taking care of yourselves. Hope you had a good week, good month. We're back again.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
how you guys doing? What's up?
Man, I am I'm actually really good. This is my first time spending time with other humans that are not online over the last, I would say, like few days, because I have been head down into a game we're going to talk about in a bit. But yes,
I understood.
Welcome
to the real world there.
Good to see y'all.
As I say nowadays, touch some grass.
Yes, literally.
There you go. Yeah, what's up with you, man?
I'm good, tired. That's the honest truth. Just looking to get some rest tomorrow. Well, and I am reasonably okay. Can't complain. How about you? How things are with you?
I can be a positive with it today. I've been good. Things haven't been too bad. Always can be better, but I've been pretty right, man. Work has been heated because it was so hot again, but it's been right, man.
Yep.
Yeah, I would say the heat, bro. The heat, fellas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Water. Make sure you
So we
drink
got
your water,
I think
brother.
a drought or something so.
Oh,
Oh yeah, every day. Always lubricated, always hydrated.
yeah. Sure.
Yes. Definitely. You'll be definitely hydrated.
That's a word, right? Yeah, that's
Definitely hydrated. Definitely hydrated. But this is the part of the summer in North Carolina that I don't like, where we're just starting to crack 90 degrees Fahrenheit every single day consistently.
What is that in Celsius then? Or more than 34, 35?
Definitely. I was 34, 35, 34. Sounds about right.
Yeah, because you always get some extra heat. You always get some city heat.
The world is learning about that now because of the World Cup. They're experiencing American summers. But yeah, man, it is
breaks and thing, boy.
It is toasty. It is toasty.
Yep.
This is where you basically try to stay inside between like 11 and 4.
Spanish had something back in I'm not sure if it's still a thing they do now. They had something called a la siesta. We were back in the day between those particular hours, between like midday to 3 or so, the whole country would be like, you know what, we're going to go inside. We can take a pause, come back when it's cooler, and function again. But
that makes a lot of sense.
Economies don't work.
Sense.
Yeah, economies don't work now sober. Yeah. But yeah, the heat
makes a lot of
different.
sense.
For sure. They keep cool out there, keep yourself hydrated as you say, but make it work.
Yes. Let's jump right into our activity of the month. Alex, talk to us about what you've been getting into.
I have been trying to get over what I believe a lot of us experience, which is the after work slump. No, you put in your time at the job. You use mental, you use physical, and damn sure emotional energies will be whole day. When you've dealt with traffic and getting home, like if you don't got something that is in sure need to do it, more likely than just get yourself lazy around, sitting down, relaxing, trying to recover from the day. And having now been in a 9-to-5 job, whereas it's a Monday to Friday situation as opposed to shifts, I found myself in recent times just like getting in from work, sitting down and just dozing off, just look run twice, 2 hours gone, or get up and try to figure out what we want to do. The wrong way, look run twice, back to bed. So yeah, I found that I had to fight a little bit when I come out after work. You're tired, there's still more stuff to do. So it's like, all right, if we do it now, I'm gonna have less to do on the weekends instead of just trying to force everything on the weekend. So that has been my activity that I've been trying to get going. And it's been pretty good so far. You're gonna talk to yourself a lot because I'm more motivated as we need it. But
I'm sure
I find out we ain't get that point, because sometimes you get to, as they say, a flow state. You get past that first little or stress in the hump or whatever. You get into motion, run twice in about 2 hours, you get a good set done. and you still got the rest of the night to figure out, how you can build things, and
Right.
you feel better about yourself. I've found that I felt better in doing those things after work. If you have the availability to do it before work, some people got the shifts that they can do it with, but this Monday to Friday thing, well, both good and bad, and just not gonna adapt to it really, yeah.
And on that same topic, as
I don't
dealing
know if
with
you guys ever
your
had to deal with
mental
that
health.
sort of thing.
Yeah, no, actually, yes. And on that same topic, dealing with mental health is actually men's mental health now. So anything that's going to help you stabilize your mind and keep your mental stable is a must. And I honestly could say, though, yes.
Is it only we should focus on it this month, or?
No, it's for a long time. You got to focus on it every day. As your mental health is you.
But this is I would say this is a month to be proud of it and talk about it even more than all.
Okay. But what is men's mental health? What is that? I mean, we won't get too deep in it, but what is that like? What is that in substance? Because we've all seen and heard all the time about the emotions that men can express or display, and it's tend to be a bit explosive. But
I mean, to me, not a doctor. You can go to the doctor to get the professional explanation. But to me, men's mental health is the health of your mind. Like, you go to the doctor to make sure that your body is healthy. Your mental health is like checking in on your mind, making sure that if you are having explosive reactions, that you are able to like identify what is triggering that explosive reaction, and then hope to heal that so that you're no longer having said explosive reactions.
Oh, for sure.
That's an easy example, but that's my thoughts. Kev, what about you?
I actually agree with everything you just said, because mental health is like, if your mental health is not stable, you ain't gonna be stable either. And to find the small little things that then like bothering you at the back of your mind, and then a trigger, and be able to ain't worth it. It shows power and control of your mental. So you got to, get sure.
Right. But and
you're saying?
Right. I was saying, in terms of mental health for men, you hear about there are some programs that they have available for men to have outlets and where they can express themselves in safe spaces. Because I found that regarding men being able to express themselves, it's a bit of a taboo type thing, taboo subject in a lot of Western, I would say, ideology, whereas a man is supposed to be stoic and keep everything internal, deal with it, express it that sort of way. And if he does express it in a way that is not, concerning to others, But if you do have, and if you do have those issues, those ways that you don't have any outlet, if there's any areas in local to you that have groups and provide services that can allow that, well, all right, take advantage of those situations there.
No, that's a great point. A lot of, to me, and everyone's mental health issues are different, but to me, it seems that this generation that's rising now, the teen to young adults, it looks like they sometimes suffer from, just having technology so often. They have issues with like social cues in person, right? And that anxiety from not understanding situations, then starts to trigger to other things, right? So for me, when people say when our generation says like touch grass, they mean like, yes, get outside and go and see people and have conversations with people, because yes, that nervousness that you're feeling is because you potentially have had like bad experiences around people where you may have said something to someone or they said something to you and you felt rejected from that and not being understood. These are all these understanding that, going to see that lady, as people say, go to see that lady, have that conversation. And then, you know, Alex, you talked about like the stigma. Listen, people will stigmatize things, but you don't let your health be stigmatized. Okay. You do what your body and your mind needs. Don't worry about nobody else. Don't worry about nobody else. They don't got to deal with what you got to hear in your head or what you got to deal with on a day-to-day basis. Full stop.
You understand? So yeah, if you have that availability, those services are provided, take advantage of people, because you're alone with your own thoughts and no one else knows what's going on any day. People only see the aftermath and then be like, oh my gosh, how this happened, where this happened, any day. You didn't have any, you know, chance of expressing themselves safely. So
yeah, for sure. Well, my activity of the month during this men's mental health month, for me, it was important to get back into gaming. I do a lot of working. I was partially inspired from my good cousin over there that when he was talking about Pokemon last episode. And ironically, I went on Twitter the next day and saw people talking about a game called Pokemon Champions, which, you know, was a Nintendo Switch game. So I was there playing it on my Nintendo Switch. I picked it back up. And then I got that. I got a Harry Potter game that was on sale, Hogwarts Legacy. And I got Super Mario Galaxy 2. I said, let me get back into gaming.
Nostalgia.
You know, have a little mindless / mindful activities. And, you know, so I committed to that. I may have over committed, you know, because I have been playing Pokemon Champions nonstop for the past like week. After I bought all those games, my Nintendo Switch decided to stop working literally the next day. So I had to hustle my child to let me use her Nintendo Switch. And just when we would get into an argument about using the Switch, Pokemon Champions announced that they were going to come out on mobile. So,
okay.
I was able to give her.
It's definitely your region first, as you were saying to me earlier. Trying to get it in.
So I was able to give her Switch back and put Pokemon Champions, on the phone. Forget Hogwarts Legacy. I'll watch that. I'll play that at a later time.
What is the promise of this Pokemon Champion?
I'm so glad you asked. I've been dying to talk about it.
There you go.
So Pokemon Champions, think about it like this. Think about Pokemon Stadium. Y'all ever played Pokemon Stadium before?
No, but I've seen YouTube videos of it.
Okay. So Pokemon Champions is just battling. Pokemon Champions is that game on another level. So basically, you do have the battles, yes, right? But now you're not battling bots. From the time you touch the game, you can jump into ranked battles, right? You can do casual battles as well too, but from Jump Street, you are doing ranked battles.
Player versus player.
Player versus player. Now, 2-on-2, like doubles and singles. Now, the most exciting part for me is that you can transfer Pokemon that you have captured from the last few Pokemon games that have come out that are on the Switch.
Yeah. Oh wow! Everything's in the
Pokemon Go and Pokemon Go.
Oh wow!
Around and picked up, right? You can download an app called Pokemon Home and put them in like a box, and then they can get transferred over to Pokemon Champions, where you can play with those Pokemon that you have like raised. So you can like now. For me, right? It makes you want to go back to play like Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, so I can like raise up the specific Pokemon that I want.
Yeah. Come on,
and then bring it over into the game.
Okay, bro. This is doing everything we wish we could have done back when Pokemon originally came out. That is wild.
Oh, and it's free. Pokemon Champions is free.
Is it though? Because then you can be bombarded with ads, aren't you? No.
I have not seen one ad since I've been playing this game.
Oh snap! Okay.
Pokemon got the
Okay.
money first and foremost. You talked
For
about
sure.
it on the last episode. You know, one of the greatest, highest earning franchises ever.
Yeah.
So
They definitely don't need the ads. You're right.
Yeah, so dropping a game for free for basically like their battle sequence, which is, you know, famous. I don't know whether this is like a reaction to Power World, you know, which is that free game that basically looks like Pokemon as well too.
Pokemon like
they've been in battles, but listen, I'm telling you, I have had Power World beta. I think Power World 1.0 came out maybe yesterday. I'm not even thinking about that. Like, I literally
got you on lock.
On lock.
All right. I am sold, bro. I am sold. I will go and get that. Sure, and give it a trade.
Okay.
Yes, definitely.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know why it hasn't come out in Barbados yet. Like when I googled it, it said it did. Pokemon's a Japanese game, so it's like I don't
should be global in the sense, but yeah, I guess it would go to different markets. Maybe when the weekend end, it'll be here for the. But we'll check it out. I'm not sure we can see what's going on.
For sure.
But even I guess when this does come out, it should be out in Barbados, and
Yes. Oh yes. Right. Right.
There we go.
Right. Forget what I said. Don't worry about it. Go down local.
You'll be good. I just remembered that. Yeah. Okay. Elon Musk is a trillionaire. Like things happen just now which don't make sense. One person on the planet is apparently valuing 1.3, as I understand it, $1 trillion. How? Wait, when Bill Gates hit 100 billion, I think that was like money back when it happened. It was like, what? $100 billion? So Elon Musk has made $999 billion and then ran $5 billion more. That's what's happening. That's what you're saying. Okay.
It's
that.
Yeah.
I mean, once again, it's not cash value. We know it's not cash in hand. Yeah. Stock shares, all this and that. But to even put it in writing, to even justify saying that a person is worth 1.something trillion. How many countries on the planet GDPs could be added together to even get close to his net worth?
Probably at least
a good few.
There's 187 countries or whatever it is. At least 100.
Like at the GDP of great Caribbean countries in more than like 5-6 billion at max. So
if you take the smaller countries and start from the bottom and go up, you can probably get to about 100 countries.
Comfortably. But like a trillion, but like
that'd be a good question for ChatGPT.
Yeah. And not just
or Claude, whatever you
I mentioned. You're right. Or then Grok. Is it Grok he runs?
Grok, right.
Chat, API and thing. But me, it's just something they just mentioned because they just made headlines recently. So like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, happy Father's Day to him then, I guess.
Yeah, hey.
What is your name?
Kids, man.
Bruh, the child got like letters and keyboard numbers or something so in it.
Yeah, I can't even, I wouldn't even try to mess around.
You're gonna bite your tongue. You can bite, don't try, you can bite your tongue. You would do that. You would cause bleeding in the mouth. Yeah. Let's move on from that.
That's been interesting. I would just say this. Yes, it's very much an accounting thing, but you know, one thing that Elon Musk did well is that he was able to keep equity in his own company without like his shares, like not to get into too deep into it, but there's like tiers of shares of stock and he has the top tier and most people have to like give up a lot of that shares or those shares because they need the investment. But when you are the investor, when you invest into your own,
you keep everything circulating around yourself. Okay.
So interesting. But that one was definitely interesting. I saw it and I just moved past it because I need to. I don't think I'll even I might make $8 million in my lifetime. You know,
that's the same what a general person makes from birth to death. Like if you are to generate a cash apparently $1 million US apparently is the estimated wealth one person will make, or average person in their lifetime. But yeah, that's small money nowadays.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah, like our increased pricing, of course, is small money.
So, bruh, pricing. Don't look at any road Barbados and pricing. I made some money. I did. I had. That's a right. That's a lot. That's a right. I can't do that. You see the small trolleys at Amber City, brother? Then those small ones, those square ones, brother. I feel the top one. I 3/4 feel the top one. 250.
You know it.
Make it 250.
I know.
Bruh,
Somebody don't want to.
the bottom one get a bale of toilet paper. Like, why? What? All right, moving on. What if? Ready for it? What if? Well, what if maybe it's right? What if Barbados actually had to become an oil-based economy? Well, not fully oil-based, but like a partially oil-based economy. So we're close enough to Trinidad that if the oil shelf underneath had just creeped a little further to us, I know in our territory, there's been talks recently regarding Barbados getting some exploratory wells dug and you know see how things go here and there. But as we've been a primarily tourism-based economy for the past 30, 40, maybe 50 years, close to independence, what would this, say we find a well, there's some investment there, there has to be an offshore rig dug, all right? That's going to put a slight dent in tourism dependent on the location. What would we look like with no petrol dollars coming in the economy? Would one say that, yes, money's coming in, investments all will grow in the economy, everything goes well, you know, Barbadians uplift themselves, or will it go the traditional way where the small and the few at the top are the ones who really benefit, but the rest of us are just still here? Because at the end of the day, we can look around and see that other oil Caribbean countries are not wealthy GDP-wise with their citizens, if you understand. They're wealthy natural resource-wise, but management styles have not necessarily been the best to allow them to really thrive, i.e. Qatar, Bahrain type level of growth. So would one say that we would follow that traditional sense and go down that same way and leave just another Caribbean island, or would we be the gem of the Caribbean once more and take a step in a totally unorthodox direction which will benefit one and all?
I mean, it could go one or two ways. But I respect either decide to use the same oil to help boost like our living standards, to get like better stuff for us, to reduce the prices of electricity and so on. Basically, we imported oil and so on just to get the electricity, and that's really so expensive. So if we could get it on, we didn't need to spend as much or even at all.
So you don't want to import oil.
Exactly. We won't let import oil if we do have the oil. We won't let import it to get our electricity. It should be actually benefiting us, but we ain't want to import oil. But in that case, no, we gonna bring we gonna bring like factories and things to refine the oil plant. Can't just use crude oil and say that that can work.
Right.
So if we go on to this, and if it don't go that way, we probably have to send it somewhere to get refined and get a percentage back.
You know, we go send it next door.
Yeah. I agree with Kevin that it's gonna go one of two ways. But I do think that I'm gonna start from like a leadership standpoint. You know, a lot of the deals that y'all are referring to are some long-standing deals. Like when these companies like Exxon and stuff come to your country, they're not signing a 5-year lease. They sign like a 99-year lease. You know, on these things. So you know, when you talk about like the GDP, it like being or producing, but then like, you know, not seeing that come back to you or come back to the common citizen. It's like, well, the deal they signed was trash. And there's people just, just from, ignorance, lack thereof knowledge, they got signed. Because, one, we've essentially had stable leadership for 8 years straight. This now provides a space for either stability, which can then lead to a thriving space. And hey, look, the same person that's making deals is having to see the deals through, right? Rather than political turmoil. And then that could then lead to the other side where it's like, okay, well, y'all did this deal, but for me to keep it up, we need a little money in we pocket to do X, Y, Z, ABC, right? That's the first thing. The second thing, the refinery, not being able to refine your own stuff, that's money going out the window. If you can get the refinery, sure, no problem. If you can't get the refinery, but at the end of the day, you're still talking about, here's the positive, billions of dollars staying in the country, U.S. From not having to go out and buy, right? Which then provides more money for the government and future governments, whatever, for social investment, et cetera, et cetera. It's in a good time though. I mean, think about it. You got the African Bank. I don't think we mentioned this on the episode, but like they had the direct flight from Nigeria to Barbados last month. You got the Frexham Bank coming to Barbados.
I see the formation for that game thing already.
This the financial tech side of things stepping forward. We can talk about BIMPay, and down the episode as well too. It's a grand time. It's a grand time. And then using that example of like Qatar and Saudi Arabia, Singapore, you seeing that example and being able to then apply that to Barbados could be a grand second half of the century.
That would be wild if they actually use it, because the Middle Eastern countries have realized that the oil is a good usage tool now, but it's not the end all and be all. So they pivoted from tourism. Using it. So that's what I'm saying. We already have the tourism. So if you get it oil, use the oil to do it a little bit better, bam, 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 bam.
Right.
You were saying,
been a whole
you were saying that you could also send it next door issues Trinidad and Tobago, you mean?
Yeah. There's a refinery place, no? They refine their own oil there.
The asphalt and tarmac that we import is actually from Trinidad and Tobago. They have the largest asphalt dispatcher. With this crude oil, we have our own asphalt. You no longer have to import asphalt.
Well, I think that's really the thing may be different. And we can correct me if I'm wrong, those who will know. But I think the asphalt is like the tar pits in terms of its production is also different to just oil. So that it comes up already in its current state to use differently, but oil is, oil.
Correct.
So they have like pits of just
it's refining. It's actually a refining. It's one of the last things that will get ultimate crude oil.
They may refine certain parts of it now to make it better, but the initial raw ingredient is the tar that still comes up that they use to be a with. So that's the benefit now. So as you mentioned, look at that as an example. They have the largest asphalt pit on the planet, but like Trinidad is not. Like, you know what I mean? They've not used these investments to really push. Because what really stunned me and the job I had passed is that launching that is going to Barbados.
Yes.
I'm like, I was baffled. Like, what y'all don't like? Y'all don't got beaches. Y'all don't got this and that. Pretty amazing. Nah, we ain't got that.
Trinidad doesn't really get tourism outside of Carnival.
But like, all right. So is the whole country just all refineries then? Because then that also is like a caution too. So if you can say you're investing in refinery here, where you put it, each parish, who can complain? What are the environmental factors? So then essentially you can say, all right, send it to Trinidad. So they ain't gonna send that shipping fee, that export fee, then import the
Yeah,
fuel again.
no. Barbados need to refine their own thing. Full stop. Like there's no sending nothing to nowhere. Refine it right there. That's jobs for Barbados. One. Two, yes, there's an ecological thing. You need to situate that. Absolutely. But the people that are like a company like Exxon, who would be doing some of these things, right? They would be investing the money, knowing that they're going to get that money back out as well too. So you got the investment, go ahead and do it rather than trying to ship it off elsewhere. Because if you ship it off elsewhere, you're going to get significantly less money. And it's like, when people say, "Hey, we think we found oil," this is not, are we going to tap a line tomorrow and just things start pumping? We talking like a decade down the line.
Decade at least, yeah.
Decade
Yeah.
to get a refinery up and running. I think you could do that in 1 decade. Let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, make that happen. But yeah, no, I think it will be definitely a positive. I see that improving schools in Barbados. I see that improving transportation in Barbados. I see that improving a lot of things in Barbados simultaneously, while a lot of other things are also improving in Barbados at the same time. So, it is for people who are living today, like tomorrow. Is this going to affect you tomorrow? Absolutely not.
No.
This is for the next generation.
Yeah, for sure. That's their investment
for our lot of years. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Well, there we go. That's my what if. Hopefully you guys can also lend your comments to the topic and let us know your thoughts, and we'll read them. We also try to engage with you guys, and if you have anything we could add back, we'll come back in the next episode and mention it as well. So yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
All right. So for news break today, it's gonna sound a little techie. We got a little update for you, but I want to start with BIMPay. Kev, talk to me. What's been going on with BIMPay?
So BIMPay is basically a quick pay system that the government brought so they could transfer money easier instead of use Easy Pay or whatever.
Instantly.
There's a couple of banks and credit unions that having a little difficulties. They got a little delays in paying people ain't getting the money, certain sectors and so on. When they get up and running fully, and again, good reviews and so on, and probably say, they give it a try.
They get a month or so, let warm up a little bit, get it straight. Yeah. I know some friends that have had some delays in their payment for sure. I have not tried to send any money through the system because as yet, because they know that they.
When you said delays in payment, when you mean like a delay between something that they sent to someone else or a delay in receiving funds?
Salaries. Yeah. I know of a person that would have worked on the whole infrastructure that was getting built on everything in the store. And this person said to me, this first 2 weeks can be rough. Everything is there. Everything is, in place for it to work. But it's also sometimes when you have a system that's new, the influx of everyone trying to get things together and do it at the same time, they can also overload it. So that's probably what's really going on. So then it's going to take a while to.
But not only that, the system was only running on a couple people at the beginning. I know that whole country jumping in for this one thing, the system ain't really processed that before.
Oh yeah.
So you're gonna slow it down completely until they could actually
overload the server somewhat.
Yeah.
And that's what I was
gonna be walking.
Yeah, that's what I was seeing on Twitter, because the first day of launch, people were saying that they weren't getting the code. Because you have to basically, to sign up, I did try and sign up. To sign up, you have to have an email address and a phone number. And when you put in your email address, you have to wait for the code to come for you to fill that out, get the code, and then go to the next step to put in your phone number, and then not the phone number. If you do email once, phone once. Anyway, long story short, you need to get these codes, and the codes were not coming. So for me, I tried to do it on my phone, but to my WhatsApp number, but it did not work.
Okay.
I guess you had to have the actual service on, but then I'll be paying roaming charges out here, and I wasn't doing that. Not to set up something that I don't necessarily need.
You need
right
a
now.
cellular signal. Understood.
Yeah. So that's the first thing. The second thing was people were just complaining about just like because you don't need the BIMPay app, first and foremost. If you have a bank already, if you're already integrated within a bank, you can just go through your bank's app to use BIMPay.
I see it in the First Caribbean app. They have a little BIMPay.
BIMPay Plus or whatever. Yeah, something like that. I haven't used that one either yet because they were talking about the token. I saw people were talking about the token being difficult to come to me. I was like, it's okay. I'm not going to use it yet. But yeah, there's definitely bumps in the road for all new technology. What I would say is that BIMPay was supposed to come out in like March, and then they pushed it back to June. So I was definitely expecting a smoother transition in. Going back to what Kevin was saying, seeing the central bank come out and say like, oh, it's this delay in payments was like a formatting issue. Like, were people not informed about? Well, not people, because none of us in here knew that, but like where the powers that be not informed about this formatting thing and the seriousness of it, and was not like tested multiple times. Those that with like real data, those are things that testing portion, like as you roll out something so large and intrusive in people's lives.
That's it. Integrated,
it's like make sure that the transition is seamless, or as seamless as possible. Yeah. But I'm quite confident that in like a month, 2 months, there'll be no issues with this. Everything will be fully integrated, and like some of these bumps in the road would have been resolved. I just think at this point now, what really ruffled my feathers personally is the fact that we have the digital ID. And now I still can't use, now we have this online wallet, but I cannot use my digital ID to verify myself for the online wallet. Why do I need a photo number? Why do I need a phone number, cellular service, and an email address when y'all already have my ID? Why do we have this ID for? What is the ID for? What is the ID for? It may as well still be laminated. Sir, it may as well still be laminated. Because it's like, what ain't nothing with it? The chip and all that for nothing.
That's what the whole BIMPay and implement now. So then we connected now. So when you decide to send,
why was that not ready from the beginning?
So don't forget, there also, are they on the city marketing for is that you don't have to have a bank account. You just need a phone number. So you can have a phone number and send through the phone number. So this is really anonymity part comes in. They say you don't have a person. Right. So because they have an online wallet. So essentially it's a cryptocurrencies type of thing. That's why I understand the basic layers of it. You have an online wallet. Yes. So I will send you some money. It will go to the online wallet and you'll come back to you. But all it will need from you is your phone number, or if you choose to give me your email address. So that's why I guess they're taking those. So you have the option available. Yes, I remember somebody mentioned it before.
One or the other. But why do I need to verify? Why, like, to set up an account? Why do I need both?
Emails for notifications, phone number. That's the gang.
Listen, that's what's grinding my gears. It's like, listen, if you give me multiple ways, so email, phone number, digital ID, national ID number, verify that. Like, look at my card, look at my ID. Okay.
But see, the problem that the number thing will be an issue, because if I give her a number, no. If you're telling me I need to give her a phone number, and I give you a phone number to a phone I don't already use. But that's not even my real phone number, no.
That's what I'm saying.
And somebody wants to send out to my number, but I wanted to use my number. Will it not go anymore because that number is not in the system?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't like that part.
Right. So these are questions that's good to ask. So if I do change that number, no. My number, do I have to change the number and BIMPay again for that to connect to my number? Okay.
And if I could already use BIMPay through CIBC, why is it that I just can't, like, why can't I just make an account over there and then log in using that? That's what I'm saying. I'm not really understanding.
Nice.
Like, how, so basically like Zelle, right? Because BIMPay basically Zelle. So how Zelle is a standalone app, but Zelle also linked in with Chase Bank and the other banks. So you can still you can use Zelle through Chase Bank and through Bank of America, but there's also a separate Zelle app where you got like app tags, like a Cash App or whatever, where you can send to people. So I don't know.
You don't have to have any bank affiliation at all.
No, you don't. Well, I actually with Zelle, that's a great question. I'm actually not sure because I use Zelle through my bank. I don't ever really use the Zelle app. I don't. I've never actually used Zelle. Yeah.
The BIMPay app, I think it has choices for you to choose a banking institution to work with. But say at some point you still got to connect with some institution, but I don't know.
Well, I didn't get to hold the money. To hold the money. Right.
But then if you have an online wallet, why do I need a bank? And then another question I have, if your phone signal is not good enough, as it seems to have been playing retail the other day with Flow, you can't even get to sign in on your first Premium app because the signal was just not good enough to sign in. So then I'm not able to sign in, not able to send money, not able to access my account. Like you have no physical card to go to a physical machine to withdraw my physical money. In case of emergency, what are redundancy plans available to us?
Yeah.
Are these able to think that 1 or 2 ATMs should be placed around the place, even as test beds? You say, all right, this is the only 2 physical locations you can actually withdraw cash had you need that to be the case, right? But, I just make 2 cents there.
Yeah. That part, I would, that seems more like a 6-month thing. Sad to say, but I absolutely agree that there should be some, like if you do want cash. Now the whole point of having BIMPay is that you don't need cash. You can just transfer money to people because you forgot your cash at home, wherever it is. But in the event that you do need cash, if your phone is going to die and you need to be able to send money and you're right in front of an ATM, what do you do? Can you tap your phone to log in to connect to BIMPay? What, like, so once I get into the app, I'll have more responses. But all I have right now is questions.
Is it actually like a standalone thing or?
It is standalone. It is standalone. Yes, right. It is standalone. But it also is integrated with everything because the central bank, the powers that be for banking, integrated it into and made every bank integrated as well too. Yes, like
I'm going to check my app, but I'm thinking the credit union is, I think, connected to it as well, or it's connected
to credit union. Yes, they are.
Right.
They are.
Yeah. So transfers to your account to and from should be a bit easier.
All right. If you're by, for instance, CIBC already got a quick pay transfer system, why we won't even need BIMPay at this point?
Because to go from two things. One, instant transfer. The instant wasn't in the system before. And then the second thing is integrated across Barbados.
You can send for the bank to the credit union, but for the credit union, it'd be a bit more difficult. The app itself needs a bit more infrastructure.
Yeah. So this system was to integrate that process so that now instead of having to do multiple steps, it's just one.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see, as I say, I see the benefit of the integration thing, but the push for the cashless society when signal sometimes be a problem in Barbados, when power supply is sometimes there'll still be an issue. To push for fully cashless at this point is a bit too eager. Let me pace ourselves with that because there's still a value, there's still a place in society for physical transference of goods for monetary value and such.
I just I'm gonna disagree a little bit with you.
Okay.
Right? Because Africa, the continent, is the global leader in mobile payments. Okay. If we were having this conversation in Lagos right now, even in Johannesburg and South Africa, they have rolling blackouts daily.
Yeah.
Okay. We would not be on this call for no hour and 10 minutes comfortable like this. Okay. And our power has never cut out on any of these episodes. So I want to push back to say that, like, yes, we do need to have infrastructure updates, right? But like the infrastructure, meaning on the banking side, but like the actual structure of the infrastructure it's a strong foundation, But the fact that, yes, the ATM thing, the ID thing, like that's easy stuff that should have been mapped out earlier and should have been in place on the day of. That's the easy stuff, I saw the other day that the banking governor general, he basically came out and didn't want to like say how much money was spent on the project itself, but then they should announce an apology the next day and said that they spent about 7 million on it. 7 million is good. That's actually
that's not too bad. That's not too bad.
I was like,
we praise their projects, but
7 million of a budget of 10. That's actually a good deal. That's a good deal. I thought that this would have cost way more money than that. So if it costs 7 and you all right, now you're already seeing where I'm going. Put some ATMs around the country, and find the integration to make the ID card work, man. Come on.
That's not bad. If they actually plan it a little bit better, we can see some definite growth.
Adding on to the technological boost, Google, since we last had the conversation about BCSI, Google Pay is now live in Barbados. So yes, Google Pay has been live in Barbados. Actually, went live the same week as BIMPay. So if you want to use Google Pay, you can. And what that means is basically like having cash. If you have CIBC, because I can't speak for other banks, you can literally have cash in your wallet and pay with your wallet from your phone using Google Pay anywhere in Barbados just by tapping, like Apple Pay, but Apple Pay is not available yet.
Right, because we don't got that thing.
But this is big though, because Barbados has a way more Google Android users than there are iPhone users. So not that out first.
Some people come here and pay. When they were at the airport, they would come and use their phone to pay for rentals and just stop their phone with their bank account information. So
because
sometimes it works.
No. Because you can travel to Barbados and use your Apple Pay. You can do that. But Bajans on island could not use Apple Pay unless their account was, elsewhere or set up elsewhere. It wasn't integrated with their bank. But now for Google Pay, it is. Right.
All right. Well, I'll check it out and see what they both here for that.
All right.
Twisted in for sure. That's good.
Yep. And what about you? What's your news rate?
We touched on it a little bit earlier to both topics. One is the summary, which you mentioned in terms of just keeping everyone cool and keeping hydrated and noticing that the fires, while we don't have as many as they think in the past, I would say it's still extremely dry. And the polar cadence, it just takes one day, everything later on. So, just making sure everybody's still wary about where we got replaced. And the next set of heat is the World Cup, as we also touched upon. But for this, I just want to mention that this is one of the least anticipated World Cups I've seen in recent memory. Whereas last three, I guess especially when we were younger, we had the South African one, we had the one in Qatar. There was another one before, so it was just, and one was in Brazil at one point as well. Yeah. So it was like, they had all these big, the events, songs, and this and that. Then we have this triple continent, Mexico, America, and Canada hosting. And it's just been so muted. It's just been so. We're on day 9 apparently of the competition with 32 games already done played, and it's just. But obviously, when they say once again comes out, there's gonna be more games played and more things and people gone. But at this point, it does feel a little bit less than the traditional feeling for a World Cup. Even if you're not a person that follows the World Cup, just sometimes the first couple of weeks going up to it, you just hear all of these things going on. You see all the advertising, you see all this bombardment of the media. But this one here just been...
we hear nothing at all about this World Cup.
Yeah. But, what I did hear about it is that it is one of the most expensive, if not the most expensive one ever. And FIFA is estimated to bring in at least between $9 and $11 billion. And some of the ticket prices have been, because the people are using now the dynamic pricing model more common you use in the US. You have people with tickets ranging from 2,000 US to one of the ticket prices I think is priced at $15 million for a World Cup final ticket. So it's like good for them. Because what?
Right. Listen,
Good
I get
Lord.
to watch it I get to watch it at home with commentary and everything. Okay.
For free. Because they
For
want
free.
happening. What is happening?
Okay.
So yeah, that's just
It's
two of the
crazy.
things I want to mention because it's just hot for sure.
Yeah. I would just say, when one of the host countries is bombing and terrorizing the world, it kind of puts a muted response on a lot of stuff. But yes, with that being said, we're gonna wrap up this episode. I want to thank y'all for sitting here with us.
Yes,
Another
please.
episode. This is the end of episode 4,
Four,
aka
season
episode
2.
10. Y'all
we
we
go.
did 10 episodes already, man. My God, look at this.
Yeah,
Podcast.
getting better every time, brother.
Every single time. My
Alright.
God. My
All right, I
God.
gotta work on the background because as I said before, you all got your thing getting a little bit better. So you see, okay, I'm about raising, but I gotta work on it.
Yeah. All right. Well, y'all can follow us on Instagram at Coop Back, COOPBACK. I'm Wize Grisette. You all can find me at The Real Wize on all social platforms and on Pokemon Champions. Y'all better come and find me.
There you go. I am
You can find me
underscore the Ford on Instagram.
You can find me, Kevin, on Instagram at Rastut_Tesoro on IG. And we will see you all guys later.